Hey everyone, gooder than you in chat. We are not late. It is exactly 5 p.m. Oh, and I guess Thomas finally decided to start working. Okay, that kind of ruins my intro because it's just me again after the bed stream. So Thomas was supposed to join today for live stream, but very awkwardly he went to the like betting. I think bettings as we call them, like children farms. Oh, that sounds horrible. We call them children farms in Dutch. But it's basically a petting zoo, and he went with his girlfriend because she missed him dearly after we madly made love all night after last week's live stream. He got bitten by a duck, and now, like, he's got rabies, so he is unfortunately not able to make it because he went to the children farm. Let's go Doom gameplay. No, no. We didn't hit the goal of like 10, but Doom: The Dark Ages did indeed come out, and we're not going to be playing Doom: The Dark Ages. We're going to be playing something way better. I was going to the viewer prototypes game, and I got this one. And it feels like the Mom, we have Doom Eternal at home, or like Doom: The Dark Ages at home. So I'm like, fuck it, we'll play this one later as well. But yeah, I think the stream was kind of unplanned, but I was like, I had kind of an unproductive day. You know, those days where you wake up and you have a clear list of I'm gonna do this and this and this today, and then you just do fuck all. I had that day today, basically. Hi, I'm great, by the way, as well. Doom from TeamU. Hey, you have to be nice. These developers spent a month on it, on development on it. But yeah, so we'll take a look at that later. And I was like, okay, I'm not really making a lot of progress today. Fuck it, I'll just do a live stream because these are always nice to do as well. And we can talk about a bunch of stuff. We can talk about how Indie Game Clinic played Kyoto Anomaly, and spoilers, I timestamped. There is this beautiful segment here.
That's the good stuff.
I'm becoming a reaction streamer. He did not notice this giant hanging body here. Meanwhile, he was like hyper focused on things that were not there. And he just had this hanging body. He walks around it a whole bunch of times. No fucking idea about it. Nobody did. Oh my god. Yeah, like I think the thing for me is like I know every possible anomaly, so I can speedrun the game in it takes about 17 seconds per segment. I've done it in like 2 minutes and 20 seconds or something. And then second one here
The game
is like he takes this coin, and this vending machine is also an anomaly. He also completely missed that one. Have you heard about Doom: The Dark Ages is finally out? I have heard. I actually haven't looked at. I am not born in 1988, but oh well. What is the minimum specs? Okay, we need a ray tracing. Holy fucking shit! This game is 100 gigs. I am never downloading this. I can't play this game. Like, this is my internet. It's pretty all right now. Time to download calculator. How long does it take to download this game? I feel like I just have to. My file size is. Oh, shut up. My file size is 100 gigabytes. I downloaded 40 megabits a second. Hello. Oh, I need to. 100. Oh, it's gonna take me 5.5 hours if I want to download it. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna download it at a later point. You need it controller on the 3050 with 4 gigs of VRAM. Yeah, you need 8 gigs of dedicated VRAM, and then 10 gigs ideally. Yeah, this kind of surprises me because I think that Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal was a ridiculously optimized game in terms of performance. Like, what do they require here? 3 gigs graphics card still, 8 gigs RAM. I know that, like, basically you could run. I think I played Doom Eternal on a 290X AMD one, and it ran absolutely fine. So yeah, okay, this is kind of, well, surprising. Yeah, the poor hamster that turns on a little wheel so my internet runs will be very tired, indeed. Yeah, volcanic. We call it a kinderboerderij, no? At least in Belgium, we call it a kinderboerderij, which literally translates to children farm. And it's like those kinds of farms where they have like alpacas with like funny outfits that you can go and pet. So unfortunately, the date became fatal for him. So yeah, what was I don't know where I was at. Hi, Pancho Lopez as well. So yeah, he played Kyoto Anomaly. I think honestly it went better than expected. Oh yeah, so here this guy also did notice the anomalies. I expected him to hate on it more. Maybe he's biased. Who knows? Are you testing demos? I have 2. I'm gonna play Doom from Timu, as Mike then calls it. And I also got this one, and it looked pretty cool and interesting, and I wanted to give this one a go. I think apart from that, we'll also go through, we do this occasionally, like the improve my game section on Discord. So someone is like, I need feedback on this or whatever. Like, hey, let's, okay. Steam page feedbacks. I posted my Steam page. Someone has been watching Bite Me. It's a real horror game where you wander endless hotel halls in search of your room. So this is an anomaly game set in a hotel. Okay, let's give this some feedback. Are those rats or cats? I have no idea. Okay. Well, you want to get to your room, something isn't right. So you have to spot the anomalies. Choose the right elevator to take. Yeah, so basically, it's a Kyoto Anomaly. It's an Exit 8 like. What is the feedback on this? You have a trailer. Let's take a quick look at the trailer. Wow, is this legit your trailer? You start with 5 seconds of nothingness? Oh my god, bro, have you never watched a single video where I talk about trailers in your entire life? Okay, this is 10 seconds in riveting gameplay. I feel like we could just cut out the first 10 seconds. No, video was not stuck, Cooter Games. That was just... There's like a little bit of head bob in this part. And that's about it. It's Japanese capsule hotel. Okay. He even has the phone. This feels like overtime anomaly, and then the dude was like, fuck it, I'll make it myself. Which I don't know if I mind. I don't think so. I feel like lighting. Is it me? This is real-time lights, I think. The floor, like the point where the floor and the ground connects fields off. Okay, and then you go left or right. Aha, we have an anomaly. So we go into this elevator. Okay, trailer feedback. What I think this game is missing, and it's something you need to establish really early on. I think if you go to the Exit 8 in the trailer. Actually, do they have the... They don't. It's... What you don't explain here is this game right now, you can only mark this to people who already know Exit 8, basically. This was one thing that I focused, like, I think they don't have it as a GIF? No, they don't. Is it Platform 8? No, it's maybe Shinkansen 0. You need to explain the concept of the anomaly, like I would say. And did they also not do it? I swear they did it. Or did they do it in the trailer? The guy's gonna look at the floor now. Yes, this. Please turn back if there's an anomaly, and otherwise go forward. You need this thing that explains why you should go left or right, because right now there's no idea why you just went into the elevator. Oh my god, this is so slow. Please tell me it's not going to be 10 seconds of elevator again. It's going to be 10 seconds of elevator again. Oh. Did you guys see the lighting? Oh. I'm pretty sure the guy is using the default Unity skybox. You see, like, the reflection on the elevator door. Like, it looks... Unity default skybox. Like this, right? No, that's not. It feels like it's like kind of like baked into it or something somehow. Maybe I'm just think of stuff. Yeah, this is a... Oh, you just go back down immediately? I can't... Is it a lighting thing or is it a skybox thing now? It could just be a lighting thing. I have no clue. I feel like the trailer is... I think the problem is... Oh. That's a weird call to action. If you look at trailers done by Exit 8 and Shinkansen Zero, what they do is basically indeed just 2 minutes of gameplay. But I think it's a tough sell now because what those games had was like they were kind of known already. Like Achilla's art can lean on the fact that they're Achilla's art and sell the game just from that. Has there been a multiplayer Exit 8 like yet? Not released yet, I think. This is someone using the same asset pack that we used, called Anomaly Company. Like I brought this up a bunch of time, and this is a 4-player co-op Anomaly like, but how it works exactly, I don't know. Feedback on Steam page. We have this. Yeah, oh yeah, Trojan, indeed. You have to introduce the game to non-anomaly gamers, and I think this is me glazing myself if I go and open up Kyoto Anomaly. What you then basically have to do is like making GIFs like this, where you start off, you basically show the entire loop in like 5 seconds. It's like, okay, 800 meters, sign pointing that way, fade, no anomaly, choose something, and now we're at 700 meters. And that's basically the game loop. And it's still a hard one.
Was that the right way?
Like here also opening, stare directly at the thing to show the player like, okay, this is going to be the goal. There's like a light on it and everything. And then we cut, go directly into this is how the game's going to operate. Anomaly, yes or no. That's the main thing you have to do. And then you get an anomaly immediately.
Can't be right.
And then show we go the way of the anomaly. And that was like the whole thing of like the entire first 15 seconds of the trailer could technically be enough to explain the game loop. And I think that's a better way than what like Exit 8 does it this way, but I just don't think it's a great way. The Exit 8 trailer is honestly kind of bad, in my opinion. Because it's literally just a minute and 22 of gameplay. And like looking around. No audio or anything. Something that this trailer also lacked a lot. Just saying quickly, it's like there is basically no sound effects. It's just a pure game recording, basically, that the guy did and uploaded and then add the call to action. I would add either make your game sound more interesting, but for a trailer, if you want to cut, you don't want to use pure game footage. Add like tension risers and all of that to make the trailer more interesting. I think I've talked about it in a previous point. Let me point up my Premiere Pro. Just to give a quick example, this is something you can do for any genre of trailer, basically. But I feel like with anomaly trailers, it can definitely reach floor 8 and go to your room. This is actually an idea I had as well. I have a fun thing to show about ideas in a once we wrap up this part as well. Okay, Premiere Pro, let's go. Come on. We're gonna get there. Maybe. Thank you all for tuning in, by the way. All 87 of you. Dobrex, what's up? Oh, you did make it. Kyoto Anomaly trailer. So I'm gonna show you how we did it here. The entire trailer, we did the same thing for Overtime Anomaly. I think the secret to making a good trailer is making a kind of fake trailer. And it's gonna make sense. Announcement trailer here. So I recorded gameplay footage. Why is it black? I Dobrex, yeah. This one line here, these top lines, there's like a little divider here. Everything above that line is video footage. All of this is sound effects that I've added in post to make the trailer more interesting. And I don't know why my video does not want to render. But even things like the footsteps are not in-game. Like they're in-game footsteps, but they're not attached to the video clips because you can hear the cuts then. You don't want to do that. Oh, we're getting there. Media pending. So yeah, if you look at it, like this is the footsteps layer. This is the one that is like the dialogue one. And then you have stuff like this. It's like a riser. I think this is Secret Eerie.
This.
Like, to make stuff more interesting, I think here as well, I have like a lot more sound effects overlaid. And like also doing like post-processing on these sound effects via Premiere Pro as well. You don't record the audio direct, you edit afterwards. Yeah, I do record gameplay audio as well. I think it can make sense for certain games like where there's a lot of sound effects like guns, but especially in like cases like Overtime Anomaly and Kyoto Anomaly, it's all post-processing. It's all magic basically. What I even do, this is kind of spoilers though, is when I make sound effects, oh, I've disabled the videos, I record gameplay footage like here, and then I overlay like a whole bunch of sound effects to time the timings right, then export it and then put them into the game so that they're like aligned this for one of our cutscenes in this case. So yeah, honestly, I think the game also, yeah, there's no shadows. I think you've got the motion blur, but that's the main thing. I think lighting needs to be improved for this game in general if you want to do it good. I feel like you can give yourself a release date. I think coming soon. I don't know. This may be a Your Honor, I made it the fuck up, but it's a thing that I feel like I've heard before. The coming soon tag is less likely to get wishlists or something like that. And I think you need a visual sign because I'm just thinking at this right now. How do you explain in game to go left or like front or backwards, basically? I think otherwise, like styling is okay. I think the main improvements you can make is just making a better looking game. I think it's definitely not miserable. I think the font is a weird choice for the capsule, actually. I think the capsule is maybe... I don't know exactly what I would redo, how I would do the capsule. Probably I would go with the doll. She seems to be a recurring theme for the game. So I would maybe put her on there. This font, like a sans serif rounded, does not feel like a font that matches the capsule. Kyoto Anomaly is going to be released the 26th? Yeah. 26th of May. It's basically mainly done now. I've sent a whole bunch of content creator emails at this point. We've gotten basically all of our checklists. Our bundles are ready to go. We made like a little post about like Steam Deck support and all of that. So now we just wait, basically. You participate with a game, not the next Steam Next Fest. Kyoto Anomaly is going to be the last game I think we're gonna make for a while. That's gonna be this short of a development cycle. The reason we did Kyoto Anomaly this quickly as well is just because we had most of the code available from Overtime Anomaly, and it made sense to like do a quick turnaround game. But I'm kind of getting burnt out on the small scale projects, and the main reason for this is based on the fact that marketing the game, it's just like you only get one shot basically. Because also these are games that you can't put this, like the entire game is enough to fit in a Next Fest demo. There's no clear, yeah, of course we're releasing Kyoto Anomaly after all. Why would we not? Kyoto Anomaly is going to be 30 to 90 minutes, I would say. There's like a whole bunch of endings. We've done a bunch of features for replayability. So there's 5 endings, which is pretty unique, I would say, for this. We have also stuff like the anomalies. You can see the anomalies you've had in game. So there's something called the compendium. I think I can actually just show you. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Wilmar as well. Let's go. I feel like there's something with my PC, honestly, that I need to, because everything, like also just booting up Windows, just feels so painfully slow. Okay, we're there. To the right monitor. Like something else we added is like this, where you can see like, oh, these are the anomalies that I have seen, and these are like, I know now there are still 3 anomalies that I haven't seen, which is like for completionist's sake, we link it to an achievement. Can help. Something we added as well is we add a little speedrun timer option, because I know from Pizza Time as well, it's by default off, but it's like a cool extra thing if you're like, I want to do more with this game. So yeah, no more embed streams. No more embed streams. Any info on the next game you guys are working on? It's gonna be a roguelite. We maybe will still cancel it. Basically, that's what you guys are gonna decide next week, because Thomas is going to normally get out of the hospital by then. And then he's gonna do a show and tell of what he's been working on for the past 2 months, basically. Because I'm not fully sold on it. But I'm not sold on it because it's not my genre exactly. And we are gonna make larger scope games, like half a year dev cycles is the plan right now. And then do the full thing of like, have a demo up for a long time, have a Next Fest, have multiple rounds of like content creator outreaches, join some other festivals and things like that. Something's missing. I know what's missing. It's more scary stuff. I think that is the big thing the game is missing. We just need like a few more scary anomalies. Because also, I think Poseidon, you were watching the Indie Game Clinic stream yesterday, right? He didn't get any of the really scary ones. And that's, I think, the biggest thing right now is like, it's less of a horror game and more of a 3D point and click one. Yeah, there's like some scary ones, also some scary ones with the geisha and things like that, and other ones, but nothing, like not enough. But that's normally something we can still fix in like just me in like a day, sit down, think hard enough. Okay, what do we want to do extra? So yeah, next games we're gonna do are gonna be longer, because that was one thing of like, okay, do we just make another Anomaly game right after Kyoto Anomaly? Because we're like, fuck it, it's easy. But I'm kind of burnt out on it, because it's just like 24/7, all gas, no breaks, and you have like, you can't go over a deadline by more than 3 days, basically. Yeah. little low the lighting. Guys, let me talk to you. Let me get real with you for a second. I am so annoyed by the backseat game devs. Why? Because in a lot of our games, our previous games like Magical Girl Guardians and Fortunes and different thing, people are like, "Hey, these games look like shit. You guys have no idea about lighting. You need to add more. Like, you need to start using baked lights." And then we start using baked lights, and our games look amazing. And they're like, "Oh, but you need flickering lights." And it's like, guys, we can't have and baked lighting and flickering lighting because it's the whole thing of like, if we want this game to run at any level of performance with how many lights there are, we need to have baked lighting. Those are technical trade-offs. I think that's, it's not as easy as just, oh, make all the lights flicker, unless your PC just blows up. You can make it with a shader. I feel like that's how you're gonna make that. We're gonna see. I think the lights is gonna be something. Yeah. So Seamus Thomas went to a children farm, a petting zoo, and got bitten by a duck, and now he has rabies. Burkan, what's the what's the goal in telling us you need an artist? Why do you think we do not have an artist? Do you think it is because we believe we are amazingly good at art, or do you think there's maybe some other reason why we would like artists but haven't had it? I think just yelling you need an artist is definitely not helping. You still do flickering lights. Yeah, I feel like Unreal probably has better lighting tech. Uh, we don't have the finances for one, so it's the catch-22. Uh, yeah, I think you're being trolled a little. I don't know. I think it's not because I've gotten some genuine people as well who say that. Why not ask the community to help translate the game to their language? Fun one. Because I have had bad experiences with this. I not like we had people translate some of our games, and the problem is I'm a public figure, and it's very easy for people to basically the guy translated. I had the game, it was gonna get translated. He gave me all the localizations. He was like, "Yeah, I'll do it for free. I'll help out you guys." And then after he did that, after he sent me the localized files, and I'm like, "Yippee, let's go." He suddenly starts like every few days. It's like, "Oh, by the way, can I, could you give me some? Here's my PayPal. Here's my Payoneer. Anything would be nice." And it's like, my dude, you know the finances. That's the whole point of us. We're open about that. And then that guilt shaming is like, what if I then don't give the guy something? Then it's like, okay, maybe he's not going to do it, but there is going to be a risk that at some point I'm going to wake up and there's going to be like a million people in my XD Everything app DMs or whatever because some Google doc just dropped about how I'm a horrible manipulative piece of shit or whatever. And it's happened 2 times with localizations. One time with like Spanish, one time with like Portuguese, Brazilian or something. And it made me realize that, look, I don't want to take that risk. If I was also a no-name game developer and it was just like, my face was not on the internet and all of that, and I'm not like an easy target to go and hate because there's a lot of people who hate me if you didn't know that, then it's a different story. But that's the thing. Never get free service. You should at least have a symbolic payment. Yeah, but at that point, once again, we don't have the things. Then at that point, all of our games have been AI translated. And nobody has complained ever. People hate me. People hate me indeed. Oh, sometimes I like. I'm gonna find it. I think. Uh, this one game. Oh, someone made like a game in a month. Give me in the last month. It was a recent comment. It's gonna look up bite me. I mean, it's Reddit, so of course they hate me. Am I gonna find this easily? Here, this was the one. And then, so this is basically a guy, he made a, I don't know, I think it was an anomaly horror game. It was a horror game or something in a month. And then one of these comments was like, "Oh, you must be here. You must be a student of Bite Me Games." And then they like were like, there was something here. Yeah, I was following it first. Now there's just some kind of hacks. Fun fact: people hate me, and you're like, "We're the most toxic creators in the game dev space, guys. Always quick to criticize other devs in their games while rarely praising others when they succeed." I don't know, current garage. I think you're watching someone else. But yeah, this is basically the risk is just not worth it. It's just, yeah. So localizing with our players or like our audience, it's a noble idea that sounds good on paper. That's why we did it a few times, but it gets very, yeah, you literally did an award stream. It gets very messy after a while, and that's kind of why I just don't want to do it anymore. I think you show your face, people follow you. Thanks for exposing me to cakes. I don't know. Each time I have to, yeah. Yeah, guys, Indie Game Clinic played in Kyoto Anomaly. That's also because I sent the guy an email of like, hey, played. What's the topic? ITR, it's kind of just everything. Oh, because I just want games to be translated to Hebrew. I wanted it to be, that is a very specific niche language already. Steam hardware survey. Like this is the main one that I just look at what languages do we cover. Here you can go to language. It's like, okay, English, Chinese, Russian, and you have like a lot of the audience already spent. Like basically once it drops under 1%, we kind of stop. So we do like Thai, we do Turkish, Korean. We don't do traditional Chinese. That's the one that I don't do. But like all of the other ones, and then I do Dutch, just Dutch, and that's it. I plan to open a game dev YouTube channel. Would you like to be a guest for one episode? I don't like doing collabs online. And it's like, what am I bringing? Is also the question then. You're my favorite game dev YouTuber. Now he starts glazing me. Now that he's like, can you please come and collab with me? What are some game genres you're not interested in, but have some game mechanics that would be interesting to work on? Okay. Do you guys have this as well, where like on Notepad on Windows, you can sometimes just like type things out and it will like save it? Like I was cleaning up my Notepad a while back, like literally like 2 hours ago. And this was a document I wrote in, I think it was like, late November. I wrote this. And I think it was an interesting thing to look back at of like, I farted out a bunch of game ideas. And I just talked to them with William basically of like, hey, we just canceled Skogval. What are we going to do next? And I think it was just very simple. So I was like, okay, we have some ideas of a game. We want to make sure it's going to be relatively small scoped. So it's like, okay, Forge Apprentice of like similar to Forge Industry, but like first person simulator style game, like a Playway-ish style game. Downcrier Simulator. Honestly, this one is such a dumb idea. I would say. Can we steal those ideas? I think, yeah. This is one that I think honestly could be a really fun gameplay idea. The mountain goat parkour game. I just don't know. It's too much pain, I think, in terms of inverse kinematics to set up. But basically a streamer bait game where you are this goat. How you're gonna control the movement?
Strong bond between mother and kid.
I don't know. But I feel like it's an interesting gameplay mechanic. Yeah, have ragdolls. Reasons why. Ragdolls goat. Goat quap, basically. Quartermaster Simulator. Like, I don't know. I just had like a whole bunch of simulator games. I think a Quartermaster Simulator. If you look at like, you've probably seen the video from like CGP Gray, colonial piracy explained as a business, how to be a pirate quartermaster, turning this into a game. The stealth reverse fishing game was a very, I think this is a game I will never make, but it's just so dumb. Where it's like kind of ragey, weird controls, and you flop around the fishing boat. And then we came into the Anomaly horror game, and basically why we do it is one, the asset, and two, we needed to get voice acting. And out of all these ideas, I think number one was Anomaly horror game. Number two was either the stealth reverse fishing game or the mountain goat parkour game. Would you be controlling a fish with a James Bond suit? I'm not sure. Be an octopus with the reverse fishing game? I don't know. Yeah. So if you want to take any of these ideas, go for it. I think there's a lot of issues with some of them as well, but I think this was a fun look into our brains of like to see the evolution of like, this is what Overtime Anomaly started as. Just a anomaly horror game that potentially needed ideas. How do you generate ideas? Yeah, I just sit down and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna think about a bunch of ideas now. Sometimes they come to me in the shower as well. Or chat gives them or something. There's a whole bunch of ideas, but yeah, it's like shout, set, gossip, like eavesdrop, shout, don't get stabbed, question mark. These are horrible gameplay ideas, or like hoax, I think, but I think it's an interesting thing. Instead of immediately making a whole, what is it, like whole game design documents. Yeah, sometimes they just come when I'm doing things in life. And yeah. Have you ever thought of public IP usage like Robinhood? No, it's like what you can do also with like like mouse rights, the Mickey Mouse IP or something expired. I saw the Unity ECS car controller. I actually sent it to Thomas as well. Like, good job, my dudes. We should have waited a bit longer. Yeah, like Steamboat Willie. But I don't think we're gonna do IP-based stuff anytime soon. A Popeye IP experience this year. Hi, Alessandro, as well. We're a few years into this now. Have you found that your games playing has suffered as a result of work on games? Of course. Of course it has. Of course it has. You wanna... what have I been playing in the last 2 weeks? All recently played. Is this just the last 2 weeks? Okay. So Kyoto Anomaly, that's just because we have Unity integration. This is a viewer game. This was Unity integration. This is our game. This was potential market research, and then Unicycle beta time tried out. Actually, hey, I played like an hour of Black Ops 2 yesterday. But yeah, I have definitely not played a lot of games anymore, especially... Did you know that whenever you get into a rut, you just need to play some different stuff? Just don't get into a rut. Can I still submit my game for review? Thomas, do you want to do this? You want to submit your game and you want me to play this live on stream right now? You know that's gonna be a bad idea, right? Because I'm gonna be clueless. Oh god. I don't know if he has a build or not as well. Sure, then I don't have to do stream next week. But that does mean... Thomas, think this through. Think this through. We were going to do a first run of the game tomorrow internally so you could iron out the kinks before we show it to the players. If we're gonna cut out that part, the game's gonna potentially be cancelled by tomorrow's score. Is that a risk you want to take? I think it's a horrible idea. He's building right now. That's a bad idea. Second. I want to play Doom the Dark Ages, but if it's 100 gigs, we're not doing that anytime soon. Whilst Thomas is building, guys, you don't understand. It's one thing of like, oh, it's gonna be good content. I am genuinely serious. This game is going to get cancelled by the latest end of the week, yes or no. That's the whole thing of why we're doing this. Yeah, I feel like it's best that you hop in or something when I play the game to give more feedback to the players or something. Has stream started lagging? I don't think so. It looks fine on my end at least. Are the viewers the players? Previously said the viewers are developers. Maybe you can get additional eyes on the idea. The stream is lagging. Why is the stream lagging? There's not a single dropped frame. Zipping and uploading to OneDrive. Why? Yeah, my OBS says everything is fine and I'm not running anything. Chat is gaslighting me. We're not gonna switch to Godot or Unreal. Probably hot take ever, because we're just vendor locked in at this point as well. With the amount of knowledge we have for Unity, with the amount of assets we have for Unity, and the workflow, and we have internal tools at this point for Unity, suddenly being like, oh, let's stop, is not the thing. Upload and I'm in Discord. This is gonna be a legendarily bad idea. Thomas, can you say something?
What do you want me to say?
I just want to check audio levels. Can you listen on stream now how loud you sound?
Oh, well, that's awkward because okay, then you have to be quiet, huh? I think you can put me a little bit higher, but not too much.
Okay, you're a little bit louder now, chats. How does Thomas sound compared to me? I think is the question.
Yeah, I was a bit more silent than you, and that's why I said it. Also, can you share your screen on Discord, or is it going to be fucked? Oh,
I think it should be fine. I'm gonna see first if I can download. Okay, so the file is still downloading Artifacts of the Condemned.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to wait
Yeah,
a while.
The reason I'm asking is it's less delay on Discord.
Oh yeah, so you don't have to watch on stream as well. Yeah. I think that's fine. We need to stall for time though, because I'm still downloading. So
Okay.
do you want to like show something or talk about something?
First, when you said the game might be cancelled, true. But viewers, I love you. But I rate William's opinion higher. So William is the real test, in my opinion, not the viewers.
Okay, so this is now turning. This should not be done live. Oh my god! But like, so we're basically switching things around now. You're gonna take the feedback from the viewers today, and then in our court tomorrow, we're going to go over that, and then let me and William, or like mainly William, then play it. Is there a reason why William also can't play it? Nah, yeah, it's evening. The guy maybe has a life.
I mean, he can play it now, but let him enjoy his
yeah,
game.
maybe you can take some of the viewer feedback and hotfix that on.
Yeah.
What game are you talking?
So, yeah. Maybe I should explain it a little bit first. So, the core idea behind the game is it's a turn-based game with combat.
Can you send me like some screenshots or something in the meantime, if you have any lying around?
Ooh, that's a good question. No, but I can share my screen, I guess.
I think it's fine. We're almost through the download.
Okay,
I think.
But basically, you have characters. Okay, maybe the game is inspired by League of Legends, by the itemization part, especially, where it was the idea came from when Marnix and I were playing in ARAM in League, and the thing was he said something like, "Hey, I saw this guy on Twitter being like, this build has 2% better win rate, and so on and so forth." And it was like, what if we made a game where we focus a bit
pull
on
up the guy on Twitter to show to people. This is where the game from. There's this guy on XD Everything app called XPedo, and they're like some analytics thing. of like how they look at like the tiny percentage win rate changes of like, oh, this item is like bought this much more and this is the impact.
Yeah.
And I was
So-
like, if there are like these turbo autists on like the Everything app who go about all of this, there must be like some game that just takes that itemization aspect alone and then makes that the full gameplay loop. That was kind of the initial thing I pitched to Thomas, and I just said literally, I think it's an idea. I can't imagine anything myself. And you were like, oh yeah, actually, I have an idea. And
Yeah,
I was
so-
like, okay, fine.
The itemization part was then mapped on a turn-based roguelite, mainly because I wanted to play a turn-based, make a turn-based game because I like turn-based games. And with the idea then, there is combat. You have to think a bit about what abilities you use when and so on and so forth. And that is important. But it should become almost impossible to beat waves or bosses without the correct items. While if you do some wrong moves, the items should carry you through it if you build correctly. That's the core idea. Oh, I see you pulled it up already. Can you share on Discord?
Yeah, I'm gonna share on Discord as well. I just wanted to make sure audio levels weren't gonna be too crazy.
Okay.
I see you added music though.
Very dramatic one, right?
It's very dramatic indeed. So, oh no. Wait, my Discord is lagging. Thomas, is there an FPS limiter in the game?
Yes.
Okay,
I don't know if it works though.
I hope it works, because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to play the game, I feel.
Well, you can try it.
Wait, no.
Normally it should work. It's in the settings.
Okay. I think I can also limit my FPS in NVIDIA, is what I realized yesterday.
People are like lag.
I know there's lag, my dudes.
We probably have like 2000 FPS in the main menu. So settings.
Oh no, I think the problem is video. I can't share my screen, and because my YouTube is complaining. I'm gonna
Okay,
share like 720p, 15 FPS with you, just so you can see something.
I just need to know what is going on ish. You can still try to limit it if you want.
It's supposedly on 40. I feel like that's a lie.
But put VSync on, maybe just in case.
I think is stream okay or not? I have no idea at this point anymore.
I think it's fine. It looks
Okay.
fine on my end at least.
Okay, looks
And
fine
you
on
just
your
did a menu thing.
Guys, do not get too excited about the UI. This is an asset pack.
Wait, give me a bit of credit. I changed some things.
Yeah, I made the logo as well. That's what I did. Okay. So I just go in. We go in raw. Do you have anything you want the viewers to consider before we go into this? Because the game is not going to look like the art you see right now.
No, okay. Take in mind the core is here to see if the concept works. So not everything is polished how you want it yet. So not perfect VFX, not perfect sound, all of those things. It's just to see if what we are trying to do makes sense.
Wait. See, actually, you can start a poll.
No, are you going to do cancel or not cancel?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, because that would be
Can I?
spicy.
Oh, is it in Dutch? Because it just
No,
defaulted.
do you guys think Thomas cooked is what I see?
Okay, but like as answers. Because for me it says ja, nee, which is Dutch.
Oh, yeah, it also says ja, nee at my end. But
Okay, so guys, ja is yes in Dutch and nee is no. There is 16% who already has no faith in you, which I think is interesting.
I think that's more than the average games we've had so far, to be honest.
Okay. I can go in?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna go new game.
Okay, so here's your character selection screen. I turned off characters that were not enabled
Yeah,
yet
so we
because
only have
I know
4.
other people will disable them. You can basically see their abilities and their passive, so the icons when you hover over it, they explain it. And and you can then equip some heroes. So the idea is there are 16 playable characters in the final game. We have 4 now, and the idea is you can unlock some characters while doing runs. So for example, if you beat X boss, you might unlock a new item you can buy or a new character and so on. So are you reading them to know what they do?
Kinda, but not really. I'm just also so people can take a look, because at the end of the day, like, I'm just one of the people. Yeah, I like how you have like the. This is so dumb, but like you have the tooltips that you can like keep going, like tooltip to tooltip.
Yeah, so it was triple tooltip. It was like something William likes in games, and one of the hardest things here will be how do you enable or disable. If you do quick play, you should just select for random.
Why did the other ones just disappear?
I don't know what you toggle.
So basically, now I've toggled these 4 in the real game. There would be more characters for me to choose from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Don't worry about the lighting too much. I didn't bake anything.
Okay.
Okay. So the idea is here you have your screen between rounds. A round is one battle, and here you can either go to the infirmary, heal people up, or get a revive for some gold, or you have, of course, the shop.
Yeah.
One of the first things already here, you see the multi-UI toggle. We're not sure yet how we want the left side of the UI to be. At the bottom, the white one.
Oh, wow.
And that's it's really cheap. Just
like we have 2
because,
potential UI options for our prototype.
Yeah, we're not yet sure.
This is
what will be
better,
best.
I think, honestly.
This shows a lot more stats, and you see everything. The thing is, I don't know if it's overwhelming. That's the only thing. But we have like the perfect amount of stats for this.
Yeah, that's true. Did you change the amount of? The shop is totally not from League. Oh, it absolutely is. I think we can even like have like the whole like builds into different items thing. It's what the game is focused around at the end of the day. So we can make it stand out a bit more later if we want.
Yep. So maybe can you select on the? Okay, you see the third row, the second to last column. No, second to last. Yeah.
This
For
one,
example,
the ever burning tome.
Yeah. So the idea is basically, yes, there are a lot of stats. We're not sure yet how we explain everything. So the idea is basically you have items and they build into other items, just like in League. And just like in League, your final items, in this game we call it legendary items in League of Legends as well, they can have effects or abilities. So for example, this ever-burning dome has an ability where, hey, if you start a round, everyone on the enemy team gets a burn for X amount of time.
Thomas, can I just ask a dumb question? This is copyright-free music, right?
I assume so. We bought it.
Oh, it's from one of our asset packs or something.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't just rip something from YouTube.
No. It's from the asset store.
Okay.
So basically, then you have effects, and the idea is their effects trigger other effects and so on, and you can create a big chain reaction.
Yeah, we want to get like those crazy combos, kind of, was the idea.
Yeah. And then, just for some reference, can you take the second row, the first column? For example, here, if you get an extra ability, this one is someone specific for William, and it's basically kill an ally. It's a pretty funny one. You can't drag between allies.
So why did it go into Fjorgel now?
Because you had Fjorgel selected last, or you can just drag it to the person you want.
Oh, I can see the character behind it. Yeah, because we have the shitty UI.
Yeah,
right now.
it's the UI is still unlearning it. But so basically, you can drag an item to someone to the left, for example, to who you want.
Do you have any item suggestions?
What I like to do is put some speed on the character on the bottom and ability power, because at the moment she's the best at controlling waves, because she's the only one in the team who has.
There's no speed items.
So she's the only one who has an AoE spell at the moment.
So what should I get her?
So you have the tome, next to the boots, and the boots. Get her the boots and that tome, and you can just drag it to her.
Oh, like both of these.
Yeah. and the boots weren't there because
Okay.
there's a bug where if you drag it on the
That's
item
fine.
part, it's
Okay, so now I've
it'll
equipped
drop.
my first composition,
Yeah.
so now we go in
Yeah.
game.
So the idea was here basically you get a roguelite. It's not an auto battler, and you decide what items you get. Usually you get random items from your run. Might add a mode for that if I want to do some scope creep, but that's not the idea at the moment. But your enemies are randomized. So currently you have quite an unlucky. You have a very damage heavy wave. So now you use your A1 ability. It's probably the weakest one you could have used.
Yeah, I don't.
You did
I don't
some
care.
damage, but you see you apply the burn effect at the top right, under the skeleton berserker.
Yeah.
And for example, when he takes a turn now, you will boost the turn meter, and so you get effects. So, yeah, you're now just reading what you do. So you have an indicator. So next time you do hits, you basically do a percentage of tempest damage. So there are damage types. Physical damage is the most common, but also the easiest to itemize against, for example. Okay, so what you did now, you can basically get an extra turn if you read it, because
Because it gives me the 100% boost turn meter, so it basically immediately refills it.
yeah, exactly. For that one is something you have to think about, because I'll give you a spoiler. The Viking, he has a taunt, and a taunt forces everyone who does a single target ability to target him. So that would also mean if they attack him, he wouldn't do a counter attack. So a lot of things just happened already. So enemies are taking turns, but for example, the Berserker, he was feared, and when you are feared, you have 50% chance to... Yeah,
Yep.
definitely tutorialization is needed. But for example, the Berserker took a turn, but he had a fear on him, 50% chance to miss his turn. He missed his turn, and the passive from Varkas, it's the guy on the left, is basically when someone misses a turn, he attacks them using their defense skill.
Go out of the way. Sorry, chat. I didn't notice.
Oh, okay. You mean the abilities?
No, yeah, I'm in front of the abilities. I'm gonna put myself
Okay.
here. Yeah. But now you guys can see what I was looking at.
Yeah. So some of the translations here are not perfect yet because I just created something to generate them as a first version. Because for
Yes.
example, 0% stun doesn't make sense. 'cause
So
it's
here
just
I
a
can
stun.
do like the sacrifice because I bought that stone thingy.
Yeah. So you bought an item giving you the ability sacrifice, and then you can basically do it. At this moment in time, it's not very useful, but there is a hero. We
You
basically
get a
lot of
0% stun. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's what I said. The 0% doesn't make sense. You just get a stun. Okay, so you stun them, so you're lucky.
Is this one still like the broken one, or did you fix it?
It's not broken anymore. Like I
Okay.
put her ability power at an ish decent value, but it's one of the better AOE spells because it's a big one. And what you did now is actually good because well, next
course.
time she takes a turn, if you read it, it's something I added today is conditional effects. Basically, every character that is under a debuff, under a burn debuff, that you attack with her third skill will also get stunned. So she's really good at AOE creating controlling waves.
What does attacks an enemy dealing 50% physical damage? What's the other 50%?
Oh, this is a horrible translation, but it's just 50% max HP.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah,
okay,
it's
I can't.
just a bad translation. That spell is max health damage.
Okay.
And so the extra thing you saw was a lightning pop-up. That's because you did tempest
Yeah.
damage because you are in that state of her.
Can I clap him? Oh no.
Okay, Rohan, I see your comments. I'm not sure what enemies the player will see next, so playing your itemization may be hard. Okay, let me explain the ID there. The first 5 waves, you have no idea what you are facing. The fifth wave is a boss, and it's a limited pool of possible bosses. And after that, you basically get to see the 4 remaining bosses that you need to kill in the the game basically, and they are randomized. Those bosses are basically what you need to prepare for most. The waves, they are challenging, but I hope that the goal is at least that if you are just building somewhat decent things, you can get through the waves. So this is
Right.
something, the infirmary, and you can see how much they heal or revive. If you go back. Okay, no.
So I think it's a
Hey.
cool bar, so you can like see this is what would happen if I
Yeah.
do the heal.
Hey, press it for the second one.
Yeah.
Look at my
Oof.
effect. Boom. You like it?
This gives me flashbacks to Magical Girl Guardians.
And
I
yeah,
don't
the
know.
queue should highlight whose turn it is. That's the goal. The first queue you saw there is still even using old UI when we were doing some other things with.
I feel like she got debuffed, the Valkyrie, in my previous round, but the Infirmary didn't clear that, and now I still have the Blight resistance.
I think it will get cleared when you start the
Okay.
next round. Not now. That's a good thing though, because it doesn't make sense. But yeah, the idea is that we highlight whose turn it is, and I also want to highlight when something changes. So, for example, if you boost someone's turn meter, there's a chance that the turn order changes, and I want to have some like a little animation where you see they are swapping or something, because otherwise it's not clear at all.
I didn't upgrade my item that already exists. What? My item just disappeared now.
Oh no, you bought it for Varkas.
Yeah, but now my book disappeared, chat. This is... I had the book and the boots, and now
Yeah. Thing is, I implemented this UI, but it's I tested it, but I assume I didn't test it fully.
I'll get her a new
Well,
book.
it's kind of awkward because Varkas doesn't scale from. But you can sell it again if you want.
Oh, I should sell it? Okay.
Yeah, because he
Wow,
doesn't
I
scale
got
from it.
no money from this.
Yeah, you get not a lot of value back. Hey, it's something.
Just get her 2 books then. Okay. So then the idea is I do 5 rounds in this environment or something then?
Yes.
Then I get a boss
5
fight.
rounds in this environment, you get a boss fight. After the first boss fight, you get to see what 4 remaining bosses you need to face, and the waves are randomized.
I think people... So how long do you guys think you'll spend on this game? So that's the thing. This would be like a 6-month plus thing because there's a fuck ton of content that we need to make, and that's also why I'm like on the edge. And oh, she's still alive. She has 15 HP. My God.
Hey, she's holding on. What you should do now, the AoE spells are use the third ability from this guy.
This one,
Yeah.
so that other people won't try to attack him.
Yeah, because I think they all used their AoE spells already. So now that guy will tank everything. I think I didn't reset the cooldown on her ability, now that I think about it.
So we do this a bunch more time. Oh, so now I should revive probably my girl.
Yeah, probably. She only revives with 10% HP, then you have to heal her.
Yeah, I see.
I see the bar doesn't update after revive.
I feel like I'm gonna spend all my money. I mean, those are things we just need to get more balancing. That's the thing as well. This game is gonna be a pain to balance and content. And that's the thing of like, one, is this game loop fun? Because if the game loop isn't fine, it doesn't matter how much polish we put into the visuals. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, it's like a deck builder, but just 3D, kind of.
Yeah. Vinicius, I see your statement about selling in the same round. That is something we add. So it's just not in there now, but we want to keep track on what you bought this round. And if you didn't use it yet, you can sell it for full price. That's something William asked for as well.
Should I heal them? You think it's worth it? I'm gonna heal this guy and then I'll just do the taunt next round, maybe.
Marnix, so what do you think? Do you think Thomas has cooked?
I don't know. That's the thing as well. I don't play this genre enough to like understand what is good and bad. And that's the thing, I can't judge if this is a good gameplay loop or not. Because maybe this is a hot take, but I feel that this feels like every turn-based game ever. Isn't it all like, oh, you have a party, you give them items, and you make them do spells? And that's kind of the magic that I have been missing. So we're hoping that people would have like noticed a bit, like could have like given me some thoughts on it. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this because I lost my main damage and they got shields and everything.
There is an item in the shop you can use if you survive this round that gives an ability to revive.
I'm pretty certain I am not gonna revive this. I'm not gonna survive this round.
Yeah, the balancing. I did a couple of runs already, and I think the furthest I got was wave 4.
Yeah.
So it's still a bit of number tweaking first.
Oh, his taunt is on cooldown.
You used it at the end last when I suggested you. That was actually maybe not great from me because if you finish the round, it might be better to not do it.
You're gonna kill me. I don't think it. I don't think it matters at this point.
Dead screen.
Yeah, because you have like the effects like the opportunist, which is probably something of like if you get damaged, the guy's like running away and you can still attack whoever attacks you. Oh, she got killed twice. I think also a dumb thing, but there's like no clear. I guess there's kind of a mapping of like on the sides. I would thinking left to right, top to bottom, but it's like right to left, top to bottom. Yeah. Get there. Bro, he just healed so much.
Which one?
The skeleton warrior, second one.
Yeah. But I think Fjorgal might be able to
what? 1v4 this?
Yeah, actually.
This is gonna be the most painful, long drawn out because they have shields or something. I don't deal enough damage.
The tank on the left is shielding them. But hey, you can use the sacrifice ability on yourself.
Yeah, I guess I can just easily end the game by killing myself. This is amazing. I'll just kill myself.
Look at
how many deep.
Yeah, they are. The skeletons in the middle. They have one ability, and it's an ally attack with other skeletons. And they go first, and they do decrease armor. So
it's starting to overflow
as well. Yeah.
Okay, sacrifice, kill myself. Wow. This is the best you came up with for a dead screen. Okay.
I
even go next or I can go next. Okay, and then we'll go back to.
Hey, but I remember your selection.
Wow. Yeah. There's also only. Oh yeah, I don't know. Oh, I can't go back to the beautiful main menu.
No.
Okay. I'll just leave it at this then. Switch back to this boy. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts?
My thoughts.
Yeah, your thoughts.
I've
seen chat.
The problem with this game is that it's a game that I genuinely don't see myself ever playing for fun or whatever. Have you ever seen this game, Thomas? For the King. Oh, I don't think I need to share my Discord anymore, actually. This is a game a lot of people in chat have been screaming. Yeah, actually, I think William talked about this game at some point in my life.
Yeah, I think William talked about this, yeah.
And that's the thing that I'm worried about. I don't enjoy this game. I wouldn't play this game. And it also makes it a big risk, I think, for me to, because like technically on a technical level, the game looks not like looks visually, but like the mechanics are there. There are mechanics, but because this is not a genre that I play, it's like I don't know if I can like market this game well, for example. Because if I don't understand what the game's about, and I think the risk this is really not something we should be talking about on a stream with 115 people on it. I think it's like a very high risk, like too much of a risk almost for us to take, because I fear that we're gonna just 3 months from now be like, yeah, actually the balancing and content is too hard, we have to cancel this. And that's my big thing. I haven't been reading chat at all because I was too engrossed in your game.
Uzabi says maybe make it more auto battle instead of turn based. I think what you're saying is a fine idea. I even experimented with it. There is a button, it's hidden in your build, Marnix, that just says auto battle.
It's like basically the Raid Shadow Legends thing of
you
can they fight for you. Yeah,
I've been thinking about it because then you do take away the depth of the combat, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. That's the only thing. I don't know what the rest of chat thinks about it.
Can't you make 2 games at the same time? One person continuing this for a few years, because there's no guarantee that this game is gonna be good 3 years from now either.
Also, I don't want none of us wants to spend multiple years.
Yeah, when we talk about long development cycles, it's half a year.
Yeah. Also, we are working on multiple games at the same time.
Yeah, this is not. William is
The
never gonna touch this probably, except for like playtesting. Mega loot, inventory management, roguelite, RPG. Have you?
Can you
seen...
sell a game for a genre that you don't play yourself?
That's the thing. I don't think I can.
Marnix does. Yeah,
but Thomas does. That's the thing. Thomas believes in this game, and that makes it harder for me to just be like, no, we don't do this. And that's why like we're involving you guys, because you guys play this genre more than me most likely, and I just need someone else to be like, hey Marnix, you're dumb. How can you not see the potential in this? Yes or no?
Yeah, because to paint a bit of context, for example, I wasn't the biggest believer of Overtime Anomaly, but I didn't have to work on that. So
yeah, that's the difference. I have to work on every project. I have to make the Steam pages. I have to make trailers. I have to send out the content creators. I have to do things like UI is something that generally is like my role. And that makes it harder.
Yeah, so like you said, games like this will require a ton of work in UI to make it proper. Yeah, and that's the issue that Marnix is talking about, because he most likely does the UI.
Yeah, because you're not a great UI designer. And if I don't understand, oh, this is a good gameplay flow, then it's hard for me. It's hard for me to design a UI for a game that I like. Yeah, I've played, but I don't understand how to do it amazing. So now we go and do the poll again.
Ooh. 51% is enough, right?
I don't know.
No, I don't think the poll really matters, but it's a bit of fun. But we can do it. Do it something like I see the vision, or just cancel.
Too late, I already created the poll.
Kill it, it's amazing. Not legally binding.
Yeah, if you guys are all like, it's amazing, we may still kill it. If you guys are all like, oh, kill it.
What percentage do you think people would give on our other games in the meantime while they are voting?
It's, oh my god, guys, it is too close.
Are they just going to do 50-50?
I swear to god, if we're gonna go 50-50,
I don't want to vote. Just vote, it's amazing. 50-50. God damn it, guys.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think if we want to make this a good game, the scope is gonna be so big. Like, this could be a good game, but I don't think it's a game for our studio, if that makes sense. Thomas could have this as a passion project to...
Spare hours, what is that?
What are spare hours?
Wait, can I close the poll? God damn it! I was like 51%. I was gonna say, hey, we made it.
Oh, I pressed close, but it took a delay. What was the result? I don't.
I
Is it-
didn't see it actually.
It didn't give me a result, but I swear it was like 50 or 50. Ah, here.
Oh,
Apparently
51. Let's go.
But 51, yes, 48, no. That's also weird.
How many people do you think would have cancelled previous games though?
Well, I know how many people would have canceled Magical Girl Guardians. Oh,
How
I
many?
know how we can see it. We can look at the announcement trailers. Why do I go to Steam? The announcement trailers, they have some... Those are just like ratios, right? So if I just look them up, I should be able to get some information. Overtime Anomaly had really good reception. Kyoto Anomaly also had better reception than I expected. Trailer. Like Kyoto Anomaly 95, Overtime Anomaly 97% liked. My Virtual Friend 71%, which is honestly more than I expected. Like also the Overtime Anomaly announcement trailer was pretty...
But you mean like dislike?
Yeah, I think like dislike is a pretty good indicator. Because it's a blind thing as well now. The players, like the viewers, don't know what the percentage is. They just give their opinion. And I think, yeah, if you look at like a Magical Girl Guardians, that's at 53%. That was way worse. Unicycle Pizza Time announcement trailer also did good. I feel like the other games, people were... Because I think also people are more supportive of us because it's like, it's not them making the game. They just have to position ourselves. Yeah, people actually use the dislike button, guys. Yeah. We don't have a playtest somewhere with Zabi because this build was made like how long ago? An hour? Not even. I wouldn't dislike a trailer just because I wouldn't play the game. Yeah, but like comments in general on like Kyoto Anomaly were also very positive, which surprised me. How do you feel about
Vinicius,
it? Since you're
Vinicius,
yeah.
yeah, I wanted to ask something. You say the game is amazing, but I think you should kill it. Can you say why?
I think it's because the game, we're not the studio to make this style of game, I think, is what he would go for. Do you have all of the viewers' best Bite Me games, including this one? I don't know
Sure.
if that would work. You think it would work?
If UPT does not win, you guys are inting.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like hindsight is 2020 as well.
True. This game has the biggest potential to earn dollars. Hey, you hear that, Marnix? You like money, right?
I don't know. I don't think so. Because yeah, this is really not something we should do on a stream. Oh my god.
I mean, we don't have to, but I think it's fun.
You think it's fun? Okay, I'm just mentally preparing myself for the stream tomorrow, where I have to be like my apology stream.
For what?
Or I don't know. Like, oh, I can only do 4 options, so I guess I'm gonna leave out my virtual friend.
Kyoto Anomaly isn't released yet. You can't include that, right?
Why can't I include it?
They haven't played it yet.
They can still look at the potential. It's about potential at the end of the day.
Sure. Okay, we're talking about potential.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but now we didn't at the game we're reviewing now.
Oh, you want? Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna start a new poll.
Relative to.
Best Bite Me game idea.
No way that this has any votes, by the way.
Which one?
Artifacts of the Condemned.
I think if people are really they see the potential, then maybe.
Yeah, but then how are you going to phrase it? Best.
Wait, we should do canceled
potential?
games.
Cancelled game. First do the normal ones, then do cancelled ones.
Magical Girl Guardians, Cockable Art. Oh, Songs of Everjade. we're not making a strip poker transfery magical girl guardians game, Seamus.
Oh, but now it's only cancelled IDs, right?
Yeah.
Are
Or
you
like-
mentally preparing me for saying
No,
this
but
is a cancelled game?
I think this is more of the other games are out yet. I think like something like
Okay.
a UPT is like hindsight.
this
like
isn't
these
as
are games that is like, we
and
never
this is
reached
also
the
not for
finish
Final
line.
Vision.
I also like how nobody's like Songs of Everjade. Nobody.
Can you blame them? Every time I go to the office, there's this one guy who asks, "You're still working on that Chinese roguelite, mythology roguelite?" I'm like, "Bro, I was really looking forward to it, you know?" It was like,
Yeah, recent. Skogvold was the Viking city builder. I think we never made a trailer for that one either.
No, I think you just showed it a bit of times on stream and on
Yeah, in like
videos.
videos. But I think that those are. Oh, Guild Architect. How did I not include Guild Architect in this?
Oh,
we
it's kind of a big
forgot to
one.
like the game we spent 7 months on.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanna like not do. Like spending 7 months on a game only to then
No,
be like, eh.
No, like if we commit on this, I would just make the pinky promise to each other that if in 2 months we see this is shite, we just release it anyway.
But I don't
then-
want to release shite, Thomas, because what are we doing then?
Um,
I have made like these videos like, oh, your games are not good enough, and then we're gonna release shite. I have Mark Brown from GMTK commented, top comment on my virtual friend is like, you guys made a video of your games aren't good enough, and then you release this.
yeah.
Oh, Thomas, we can maybe we should tune into Thomas Brush's 6-figure game idea workshop right now. And be like, hey guys, please help.
But hey, out of all the IDs that are cancelled, Artifacts of the Condemned is doing best, huh?
I don't know, but if we also
Pretty
just
convincingly.
showed this. Yeah. I like damn 10 comments as well. I think these are not the ways to do this. Really? Oh, it becomes not a suck me game if it's shite.
I think hot take. You're going. I don't know if I should say this on stream because you might hate me for it. Should I?
Go for it. How my day could not be ruined anymore.
I think Kyoto Anomaly is much more of a suck me game than this game could ever be.
I think it's different. I think it would be a suck me game in terms of sellout for the money we release a game. I think your game could just be an objectively bad game design game. I think there is no objectively bad game design in Kyoto Anomaly. It may just be seen as a bit of a cheap flip. I think those are two very different things.
Okay.
And that's the problem we have as well, guys, is like, if I say let's cancel this shit, even if everyone is like Artifacts of the Condemned is the worst game ever, it's like, what do we do else? We don't really have an exact idea, and because of there's no like concrete like alternative that's better, that's also why it's like harder for me to be like, yeah, we're not gonna release this. This deck builder could be awesome. Is it a deck builder? I don't know. I guess kinda.
I think the game could be great, but there would be a lot of work needed to be done. Yeah, that's why they don't want to release it now. But when were we saying? November
earliest, because we want to do a Nexus for this game regardless. We're not even if the game is done
6
before.
months from now.
Yeah. But hey, in fairness, you've pitched me the game was going to be done in 2 months in the original pitch.
True.
I think the art style, I don't think it's something we talked about a lot. I don't like the art style. I think the art style is not good enough. Because we're using Cinti.
But you wanted this art style.
Yeah, but the problem is we're using too much different Cinti. And I think the problem is just the sidekick, where like the characters have different poly counts, basically. Some are like very smooth, some are like super detailed, some are not. I think environment-wise, the Cinti can work.
The sidekick thing you mentioned, they still do drops every month.
Yeah, so that's the thing is like, do you risk it?
By the end, we might have enough. But the good thing is we can change character models pretty easily.
Yeah.
That's the
But it's
copium take, I
definitely
guess.
like a risk that I think as well of
Yeah,
like, can
I
we make this
understand.
game look good? Yes or no?
You can see the difference if you go to the Varkas in your build and then to anyone else.
Yeah. Benjamin, you dropped in at the worst possible time, I feel. But welcome. I think your assets are so well. I think the assets are not the problem, like right now. It's just the game design that I'm worried about. Because also the icons probably are not gonna stay this way. Well, you may hear a programmer making an estimation, multiply it by pi. I like how it's like pi.
I mean, it's basically what we estimated it now.
6
2 months times pi.
Yeah, it goes to like 6 and a bit. So I guess we know what we're gonna talk about at our 101 tomorrow. I feel
Really,
like
what?
there's what to do more. I think there's no point in us being like, oh, live on stream announcing if we're gonna cancel our game, yes or no. I
Oh
think it's
no,
just
no, we're not going to do that. But
yeah, but I
still
think
want
this is not
William
like
to
I
know.
think we're not doing a healthy thing anymore at this point. So I would kind of move away from this topic now, unless you
I
are
wanna
like,
start
hey, I
one more
want people to
question.
play this game as well to get more
Mm.
feel of it. But
No, the last thing I would say is if you as a viewer could change one thing or improve one thing or whatever, what would you do?
yeah,
Because there are people who say like this or that I would change. Name one thing that you think is the most important to change, and then it will be a better game. Is that an okay question for you? And then you can move on, and I'll leave you alone.
so wait, can you say it once again? I was kind of distracted with chat. Give me the
So
quick
basically,
rundown.
the people in chat should say what their one thing is or their biggest issue and how they
Their
would change
biggest
it
gripe,
with the
yeah.
game.
You
Yeah.
get one
So
sentence each, guys. One sentence to write down what you think the
what you would
biggest
change.
problem is with
Yeah,
this
what the
game.
biggest problem is and what you would change.
This is something. Oh, I have a very fun roleplay thing that I always do that William absolutely hates. Guys, stop writing your answers. Stop writing your answers, please. Please, wait. I drop this game into your lap. I'm like, you're part of the Bite Me Dev team. Okay, it's too late at this point. You get like 1 or 2 months to release this game from now on. What do? You have like only one thing to focus on, and that is the thing. Readability, I don't think like readability would be like the thing you need to focus on right now if you don't even know if the gameplay is good yet. Grid-based combat. 15-second delay, I get. And that's the thing, like UI, it's at the end of the day also why we canceled Guild Architect to a certain degree, right? Because we just realized we were fucked in terms of UI as well. Yeah, custom art style 3D models and interesting worlds. Custom art style and 3D models are just both things that we can't do.
Were you playing with sound on?
I was.
Did you hear the voices?
Yeah, but they were super quiet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the default volumes. And I don't think the pause menu worked once the game was running.
There is no pause menu.
Yeah, so I couldn't change it anymore.
What do you mean with enemy intent?
Then you know what they're gonna do. Like they don't just pull out a fully random attack, but maybe you can see like, oh, this guy is gonna be charging up like a bigger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's something we could definitely add. It's not. Might even be a good idea.
The reason we do 3D bean juice is because we don't have artists, and 3D still gives you more flexibility, I think, in terms of what you can make graphically than 2D. And no, we can't just get more artists.
A 2D pixel platformer. What do you think?
No, we can. We should switch to Godot while we're at it. Then frustrating with UI. Don't get the feel of the game. I don't understand what's going on. Yeah. Get more interns. Yes, let's just abuse more people. Unfortunately, it's not intern season anything. Gun to the head. I would simplify the items. Remove most fun game. Yeah, that goes against the core loop. I had this dumb game idea. I don't know. This is very unrelated. How much of the stream were you looking at also earlier, or did you
A
just
bit.
tune? Did you find
No,
my? Did you tune in when we were talking about the stealth reverse fishing game?
No.
Okay, I'll drop that one.
But I saw you talk about the goat game.
The goat. Oh yeah, that was in the same thing. I don't think we're gonna make the goat game though. Although I guess you could say that that game would be the goat.
I knew you were going to make that joke.
I wasn't planning on it until I said it.
I still knew it. I just felt it.
Okay, hear out for gooder games. Strip away all the items. What? Because also one of the reasons why, and this is actually going to be a video, is we did the Kyoto Anomaly playtest last week, right? And I kind of got frustrated by it because of a lot of people there were like, oh, this is a dumb game and you should change this and this and this, and you get a completely different game. And then they preface it like, by the way, I've never played a game in this style before. And that's the thing that I'm worried about now as well, of like, is my feedback good? I don't think so, because I have never played this style before. So it's like very hard for me to say anything. Very overwhelming for a new player, and scope looks very big. The overwhelmingness I definitely felt.
Yeah.
Because it's like I was just clicking. I have to be honest, like I have no clue what all of the stuff really does.
Yeah. I know William was talking about balancing and so on. I think the biggest hurdle for this game is actually letting people know what they are doing. Because, for example, you opened the shop and you were like, "What the hell do I buy?" I think you can explain combat. I think you can explain effects, all those things, but I'm not sure how you will explain your 64 finished items, for example. It just requires someone to experiment and look at them. Like, of course, you can unlock more gradually, but you still need some variety at the start and so on. So I'm not sure yet.
There's actually, this morning I was browsing our game dev. I think it's still the top post. Are damage types actually fun? I think this is a great thing to fit in. I'll send you the link as well, because I think that's, I haven't read the comments honestly. I'll just
I think it depends on the game. Huh?
It depends on the game as well, but I think it could be an interesting read.
Yeah.
Because I do think, like, if everything is like the same at the end of the day, it makes less sense. Because I have like yeah, you do tempest damage, but what the fuck does tempest damage really mean, and all of that? Yeah, Skin Cape. That's what I mean, and that's what. So Skin Cape was in chat of like, yeah, you guys need to stop half-assing what you're doing, and that's the idea we have. And I think Overtime and only in Kyoto and only, with all due respect, John, are not half-assed. But I think that idea that you have like, oh, in 2 months from now, if it's bad, we just chip it. I think that is not what we should do. I think that's also just, at the end of the day, we have a role model position, if you like it or not, Thomas.
Yeah, but I don't mean just ship it. I mean
that's what you literally shed. If it's
but
shite,
mean
we
just
ship it.
Just finish it.
Yeah, but
Just in an acceptable state. Sure, there might be
that's a big
design
scope
flaws,
still.
like Forge Industry, but still, that doesn't mean Forge Industry should never have been shipped.
Yeah.
Just because it's not a perfect game, I don't think you should not ship it. You should make it polished. You should make it good.
I don't think I would ship Forge Industry again today. I disagree. I think the only reason Forge Industry is out because it was the first game we made. I think at this point, I would kill it because of like we shouldn't half-ass new games anymore.
Mm.
The problem, John, also is that, yeah, Forge Industry could be a success, but it's the same problem as this game. Neither me nor Thomas want to work on Forge Industry. And now it's like Thomas still likes to work on Artifacts of the Condemned. And those are things as well.
You don't want to work on Forge Industry too?
Forge Industry 2 may be a different thing, but we are not going back to Forge Industry 1.
Oh,
at
yeah, for
least.
sure.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Forge Industry 2 would be still a different game in a lot of aspects, I think.
Yeah, I think you just reimagine a lot.
Yeah, it needs to be a new game, basically. I don't know why you're screaming now, John. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, now you're just being very aggressive for no reason. Why do you think we don't get sales? Because we made a game when we were young. Anyways, Thomas, thank you very much for calling in.
Yeah.
I feel like chat is going to be miserable to move on from this.
But just change the topic.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best. But yeah, what is the follow-up point for this? Should people go into Discord and just DM you? Yeah, everyone go in Discord, and then you can go to the sidebar. Or I feel like we should now say no. Don't do that, please. Oh, you're not on here. Oh. When was the last time you ever even made a post? Like once a month, basically.
Something like that.
Yeah. I don't know
But
what
I think I'm just offline, like invisible.
Yeah.
That's why I don't.
I think we shouldn't.
No, I don't think it's necessary. I think
I'm gonna make a post. Like, feedback thread for artifacts. And then just so we have one point
Sure.
that we can track these things, because otherwise I think it doesn't make sense if like people are gonna leave comments on these videos and I relay them to you. People are gonna DM me. Don't DM me, please. Please, I don't want to be DM'd. But if you have any thoughts, put them in here, and then you can look at it. You can interact with them more. Because also, like, I don't know the core full game thing as well. All right. Thank you very much for joining. And I'm talking to you, Thomas.
I know.
I'm gonna dip out now. I'm gonna play some other games, I think. Let's wash this off. So
Good luck.
Yeah, I'll see you around.
Bye.
Do some meditation. Maybe ask if William has some thoughts as well, or we just do it in the core tomorrow.
Yeah,
both should be fine. All right.
It's good. Ciao, ciao.
Well, that was something, guys. This was. I mean, I'm happy you guys liked it. I think this was not a good. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think this was a conversation that should have happened on stream, especially with the feedback and all of that. But it happened anyway. We're not gonna do Doom. We're gonna follow up. We have weekly one-on-ones on Fridays, and we have Course. Core is me, Thomas, and William once on Friday, where we all play each other's games. We'll dive into it more. We are going to take your feedback as data points. It sounds so corporate soulless. Well, we're not going to completely ignore your feedback. I think it's just that balance of Thomas also, I don't want to force him to make a game he doesn't want to make. And if I'm going to just tell him make Unicycle Pizza Time 2, he's not going to be happy. And it's that awkward balance of we do not have a year of runway. We cannot spend a year on a game that's not going to sell any copies. So yeah, if you're a solo developer, you don't have these problems. Now, on the other hand, if you're a solo developer and you would be like solo developer version of Thomas, you would never reach this point because you would get completely engrossed in that vision of my game is beautiful and amazing. And I guess that's the benefit of having streams like this where we can talk a bit about like, this game is good, it's not, or whatever. Okay, you sent me a demo build Dobrex. Many parts are unfinished or janked. Is it going to crash my OBS? That is the one big question. And how? Oh, it's 1.5 gigs. I think I can download this in the background, and we can go at it afterwards. Did I close my chat? No, I didn't. Perfect. Actually, I think I did. Aha, my chat has frozen. I see. Oh, I think DoubleX, the download is killing the internet of the live stream. So we're not going to be doing that. Oh no, my Firefox is just dead. Give me a second. I'm just gonna... This stream is a mess. I think it's fine. Everything is good. Happy vibes. Would you be open to someone fixing and improving? You just start over. You don't want to touch that code base. Trust me. The code base is written on a foundation of sand. The demo submission is just whenever. There's like a Google form link for it. Write me against your prototypes, this one. I'll drop it in here. But basically at any point you can just submit a build and then I go through them as well. Yeah, Rohan, I feel like you've never. What is your favorite game we've ever made? I feel like you've only hated on our game so far, but I think it's fine. Okay, so now the chat is back. I'm gonna see if I can download it. Can actually Dobrex, see if it's fixed, and if not, then we'll see. In the meantime, I'm gonna play. We have Doom at home, called Evolution X Beyond Human. I don't know what to expect from this, but I thought it was gonna be a funny one. Like this was a pretty interesting one. 1-1 game jam. Talk about aliens and mutants against will. Use your mutant abilities and fisticuffs to fight your way to freedom. This is the first project I've ever finished, so it's pretty janky. The problem, the question is this going to be better or worse than Artifacts of the Condemned? That is the true question. I think I should have it downloaded already. I do, in fact. It's an Unreal game. That's risky. I don't think I've hit it on. Okay, yeah. Can you... Smith, can you rephrase that? Because I think you got an aneurysm at some point. Oh, I need to switch camera position. I'll put myself here. This feels like a 2013 game. Okay. Artifacts of the Condemned took 2 months. This is 2 months of dev cycle. A little bit less, 6 weeks, I would say.
What's going on? No. No.
The sound is slightly too loud. I'm gonna lower it again a bit for you guys. This has to be the most unique opening. It's a 1-1 project. We have to be nice.
What have they done to me?
Oh, this is the developer's voice acting. What have they done to me? Tap the left mouse button. Hold enemies to do a heavy punch. F key to do the light kick. Oh. 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 Dude, look at those toes. Those toes are... Oh, they have psychic powers? Okay. Doom the Dark Ages, I don't need you anymore. Oh, I can lock onto enemies. What is this, a console game? Miss me with that shit. Press E while looking at a barrel to pick it up. The C key to do a tentacle sweep. Okay. There's no options. This game is kind of loud. I'm gonna put it a bit lower for myself. The C key, I do the licky. Licky. This is me with Thomas on the 101 tomorrow. He's killing me. Can I pick up the dudes? Or can I only pick up crates? I can only pick up these barrels, I think. So where do I go now? Wait. I've also taken 0. Oh, I have to go in here, I guess. No. Oh, I can jump. Let's go. Who needs Doom when you've got this right? Kick down gates with the F key. Enemies can kick into spikes to kill them instantly. Okay. Ah. Let me do licky. Get my toes. So this is the problem I have. I am enjoying this game like 15 times more than not Overtime only. Artifacts of the Condemned. Even though it's like objectively a more silly game. Thomas, can we add rag? No, we shouldn't. I just kicked the guy out of this fucking universe. Does he die? He has so much HP. Not sure if he's dead. He's dead. Okay, so let's give some actual feedback on this game. Yes, this UI should be better. Have consistent colors. 2, movement is extremely non-fluid and animations are limited, I feel. I think, yeah, combat feels very airy still. I think also the balancing of the combat is not amazing. But on the other hand, I can do this. This definitely feels like a 2013 game. Yeah, I don't think I need Doom anymore. I still find it kind of funny. I'll deal with you now. Is it like the 2005 or what's the year, like Prey game? What is this? Oh, I guess I need a key card. Oh, what? Are you still alive? How many times do I have to put my tentacles inside of you to kill you? Yeah. Oh, this is... I have, like, tentacles coming from my pants. Airing is not enough screen shake or feedback. Yeah, audio is very limited. I think the music also isn't a great fit. Oh, the keycard is there. Can I... No, I have to open this door, I guess. Ooh, keycard picked up. Like, the music does not fit the game, I would say. Tentacle you, lady. Oh, dead. What's the purpose of the different texts? I think they're... So this is a game jam game. So we have to judge it based upon that as well. I think the idea is, if you were to make this a real game, I feel like you would get the achievements later on. Is it... Okay, I'm gonna leave it at this. And I'm gonna see if I can find... Oh, is it Quake or qualification process? Like, I feel like you need to almost go for something like this. Spoilers for Quake 4, by the way. 14 years ago. Where you have this... Yeah, this is beautiful. Where you would almost get upgrades throughout the game's development. Yeah, they're gonna chop his legs off, and maybe I should have warned you about this coming. I feel like something like this would make more sense instead of immediately having the tentacle and all of that right at the beginning. Is this the original cancelled phrase sequel? Okay, I'm not the only one thinking about it. This is still a dumb genre to compete in. I think it's just because it's not like it's very much not a boomer shooter. Has Idle Goblin made other games? No, this is just the first game he made. The thing is, for a first game, I've played way worse games from you guys. Artifact at more... Yeah, of course, Artifact has it's a roguelite. This is not a roguelite. For if... I feel like the lock-on... You should not need a lock-on key on PC. I think that's a weird one. This means that there's just a problem with... This feels like a debugging feature that you just left in. Instead of focusing on the other mechanics and things like that. Sometimes keys do not register properly. Yeah, this is one thing that I definitely managed as well. FPS games live or die on game feel. Yeah, this is still very far from feel. I think you should have just started with the punching. I think you don't need and the punching and the tentacle and the kick all at the same time. I think you could have a lot of gameplay just with the setting and then the good punching. Basically like in Doom Eternal. I'm just gonna... what's it called? What? Oh, I wanted to look up... I wanted to look up Fury mode, and all I get is Fury mode. That is not it. Is it Berserker? Yeah, Berserk. Like, you basically want your Berserk rampage to feel good. And just... You can make a game just based on the Doom Eternal Berserk. Basically what Berserk does is you can just immediately one-shot any melee character by punching them. And I think that would be more of the way to go. Yeah, some restraint of like, I shouldn't add everything at the same time. I do like the kicking into the spike walls, for example. My username on HJovix, I'm not gonna look at the game right now. Don't give up. I had fun, kinda, and it maybe wasn't fun for the right reasons, but I liked it still. It's not great. The voice acting, if it's for a game jam, once again, you can maybe get away with custom voice acting, but my dude, you are not a professional voice actor, I can tell you that. The sound design was not there, and I think for for what you would do with this style of game, honestly, is you would just have one room and just make the punching in that one room feel very good, and then only worry about the rest of the stuff later. And I think right now, that's what I would do if you want to go further. Anyways, let's take a look at. Oh, I said I was going to do this. I don't know if I'm going to get around to this. Final passage. So this is friend of the show, DoubleX. Had this Steam page up a while back. It's an exploration PvE walking sim. I have no idea what to imagine from this. But once the visuals are really solid. Okay, so I have no idea what this is. We're just gonna go in raw and hope OBS doesn't shit the bed. What's the reverse sense? I didn't even notice that. God, I hope my OBS doesn't crash. I think we're smooth. Yo. 125. This is lock FPS. 160. Come on. Apply. I think we should be fine. Put it on full screen as well. This usually helps with performance. I think I fucked up. Did I? Yeah, I did. This is 1080. This looks amazing. Okay, I broke it, but we're good here, right? Is this supposed to look like this? I feel like it's not. I'm gonna restart. This may be my fault for changing the resolution. This is a wallpaper engine wallpaper. I am a big fan of wallpaper engine. Don't worry, DoubleX, this is all my fault. This is very much an edge case. Hope your settings get persisted and then we should be fine. Now it's on like 2 monitors. Is it? My displays are freaking out. Fuck out. Okay, okay. Why did my... Oh. My ultra-wide resolution dropped to 1080p, I think. I have no clue what is going on. Ugh. I'll put it back to the borderless. I think that should fix all problems. It did in fact not yet fix it. One more go. Like I said, DoubleX, this is not your fault. As a quick side tangent, these are my wallpaper engine things. I got, what's this one called? The one that I have right now is called Island Ruin. I have Samurai Doge, and I have Dragon Bones. Those are the 3 ones I use. Okay. We got there. New game. Thunders, the upper deep, far beneath the abysmal sea. Is ancient. Oh fuck, I'm too slow. Something cracking. This is too dark, I feel. Right mouse button is like the right or left button. Why are you making a rage game, Rex? Also, my field of view is criminally low for some reason. You don't have a field of view setting? Are you making an FPS without an FOV slider? Are you... How you do this to me? It's gonna be miserable. Oh no, here, it's under controls for some reason. Did it do something? I feel like it did. Fuck all. I'm gonna be stuck here. Okay, we get it. A little bit. Where's the girl? Wipe away that. Am I going the right way, actually? No idea. I would make this shorter or have something more. It feels a bit too slow for us. I don't know. It's like, it's not a boomer shooter though, right? So. Okay. It was just extremely infuriating, I have to be honest. Maybe I can contact someone from that lighthouse. Resolution scale and settings. That's this one, right? So now it will run at 1080p. Does this change things? Grunting is like a beast. I do not sound human at all. I feel like the lighting is not supposed to do this. Okay, this is fine. Can't reproduce. What am I supposed to do if this door is unlocked? Yeah, we're gonna kill shit. This. Am I supposed to win this? What's going on? I can see fuck all. I don't think this was supposed to be that hard for an intro boss. I would like to think I'm not an IGN gamer. There's no passive health regen. I'm just doomed. Where's my cleaver? Is it gone now? I have to pick it up again? No, it's just gone. Is it a single-use thing? Really hope I don't have to fight them. I think the art style is amazing. That's one good thing. It's scary, but I can't really see much because of the environment. Because everything is now black and white, which I don't know if this is detracting from the experience or it's supposed to be like this. If I walk off here, will I die from fall damage? And should I try it? The hell is this thing picking up? Yeah, I don't sound like the character, I think. This felt like it missed some impact for going to black. The abyss gazes back into you. Still very damaged. Can't see shit. Still can't see shit, but this needs a lot more signposting, I think. Even if it's just like lanterns or something. Because I have no idea like what direction I should go. Like, only now I can see, like, oh, I should probably go here. Oh, I'm just stuck at 0 health because of that, that's the visuals, yeah. D anything. Oh, I can grab it. Oh, it's a crafty buildy game. That was not expected. At least I think I can. Does it start all over again? You do this to me. I just walked right. Oh, we're back here. I don't think I'm gonna go through all of. I'm not gonna go through this again. I'm sorry. Have we been playing 9 minutes and 28? You got a speedrun timer, I guess. Alright, that was maybe a bit too early. I don't think it was too early. Because it's not a public demo. It's just a, hey bro, can you go and play this game and give me your thoughts? Which I think is fine. I think the opening has to be better. I didn't know anything of like, yeah, cool story about the Kraken, but like, what am I? Why am I here? How did I get here? What am I supposed to do? Why should I not just roll back home? Why do I go and explore the village, whatever? Is it like you're a private investigator? I think that's what like Amnesia is or something. I think that is a very much something that I need. Yeah, you need a reason of the player to keep moving forward. And right now there is no reason for me to keep going except, oh, the developer is watching me, so I should probably play this. I feel like this should not be. I just noticed this: stack crates and debris to reach higher ground. I feel like this should not be in your Steam marketing copy. I think these are good. I think this is middling. I think this is. Nobody's going to buy your game because you can stack crates. Yeah, so the graphics are cool, but the game is kind of not great. So I'm just considering rethinking it all. Bro's gonna turn this into a boomer shooter. I can tell you now. Yeah, I think this needs like some kind of lore or story, and I think that may be harder to pull off well because it's gonna be the first entry as well. Out of the openings leaning towards AAA pacing. I feel that's a risk if not at least imagining the 3Cs. What are the 3Cs? I know the 4Ps. I don't know what the 3Cs is. So yeah, I think it can definitely work as a horror game. I think it was also a worse experience because of like the permanent death debuff. But then like the combat, yeah, the combat was kind of rough. I don't know. Character camera controls, I see. Try to overscope it for being a horror game. Make it small scoped, yeah. I think that's the good thing of Anomaly games. There's just one level. I think also horror wise, this is a lot more level design and all of that that you need to do. How do you fix this? Yeah, I found the key before I ever saw the locked gate. The visibility was very poor, I think, throughout everything. Um, yeah, because I do like 2/3 of the game basically. I went up the lighthouse because this feels like it's the end goal, but I do this in the first 8 minutes. And then the stranded at sea, this is just a one-time thing I feel as well. And I did not notice the fuel is limited thing. This feels like a weird game. And then yeah, I got to the drowning village. But is that the game? Then basically, not sure how I feel about this. It's better than Artifacts. No, it's better than Artifacts of Contempt. I don't know actually. I think it needs some rethinking. It missed that double X magic as well. Like it had the signature visuals, but that's about it. The one dude that I fought, he was very strong. What's the end goal in the story? Yeah, I would think like make your way to the top of the last lighthouse. Oh, the lost lighthouse. Or is it the lost lighthouse as in the lost standing lighthouse or the lost lighthouse in a sequence of lighthouses? Because if it's like at the very bottom, this feels like it's going to be the end goal. But I did this, like I said, 8 minutes in. And I don't know if it's like the move though. I don't know if you want to make another boomer shooter. So because it's like easily, oh, you can probably turn this into a boomer shooter. But I understand. I've been on the receiving end of people being like, oh, but you've made this game before. Why don't you just make more of that? Yeah, this game already has the work. Watch X turn this into an anomaly game as well. It's like, fuck it. Anomaly rowing game. Yeah. This is still, especially if it's 3 months, but like, this, it's, probably like a month of that was like just the level design, I feel almost. Because I assumed you can rip the FPS controller out of your previous games. I'm going to do a few more of these ones, Steam page reviews, and I think I'm gonna leave it at that then because it's been 2 hours and a bunch already. Okay, we're not gonna do. I've seen this before. So feedback, text mesh pro, default font. This is like untextured, textured. I think this is just rough. More survival game where you burn almost everything and the scare. You burn almost everything and the scarecrows to reclaim the fields for your crows. This is a weird sentence. Burn almost everything and the scarecrows. I think the burn almost everything doesn't make sense. Do I end up leave the Steam page up? I don't know. You need to ask yourself the question as well. Do you make something brand new? Or do you think this is a cool setting, just the wrong genre or the wrong gameplay thing or something? Because you could turn this into, if you want to go for a traditional thing, let's flip this around. You're like, the world has ended and you're like guarding an outpost or something, and the outpost is that lighthouse. You can do things like that, and then it's like, okay, you can probably just rebrand, like keep the name and everything, and you just redo the gameplay. In which case, yeah, you can leave the Steam page up. If you're like, yeah, no, I'm going for a completely different setting, then it's a different story. But generally, we do still leave Steam pages up for at least half a year. Because taking Steam pages down, there's not much reason for it. I think the only reason we do it as well is because of our audience as well. And like, if we go to our Steam page and it still is like artifacts of damn overtime anomaly, no, god damn it, Songs of Everjade and Guild Architect, and there's one more, I think, Magical Girl Guardians on it. It just doesn't make sense for us, I think, as influencers. I think for you, I think you could make like a God Zombie style game out of this, a wave based. Like, if you want to look at what you did before, you know gun combat pretty good. Make it like a wave based defense, the Watchtower thing. You can do a new project. I think I would leave this up. I think, especially for you, I don't think it matters that much. Go back to the drawing board if it sounds like you're very uncertain about this. But I don't think there's, because taking a Steam page down doesn't really have any value at all. And Steam always says this as well. It's kind of like a pain to do, and they need you like, you basically need to make a video or something, a public blog post of like, hey, this game is gonna be gone soon. Like, they have pretty high requirements for taking a page down as well. You can have a lady calling on you on the talkie-walkie that's waiting on you in the lighthouse. Go for the Firewatch approach. Okay, we're gonna take a look at Color of the Crows. This capsule, what is it? Shouldn't be a screenshot of the game. as your capsule. This needs to be something better. The problem is the game needs to be better in terms of visual style and cohesion. Because things like the corn and the gun and then the sticks and especially the ground, they do not match at all. I personally would stay away from using emojis in titles. And it's going to be very dumb, but it's because ChatGPT always does this. Dot, they are waiting. Dot, color of the crows. I don't know what this point is. I set fire to every single one. Hijack the fuel. Wait, they are the color of the crows. Okay, so I summon the crows to feast on the food, and I have to burn the scarecrows. What charm is this? Survival horror demons. If it looks like this art style, put like a super crunchy filter on it. I think that's gonna be the first thing you need to do. This cannot be a high fidelity is not the right word, but there needs to be a lot of post-processing done with this, and then maybe the simple art style can work, but not in this current thing. Current Steam page review feedback is that it doesn't matter how the Steam page looks right now, the game is going to detract everything that you can do about the Steam page in terms of copy, capsules, and all of that. Jonathan, in question, if I'm considering lowering the price of my game, how long would you wait after launch to make the early supporters not feel ripped off? From 12 to 8, for example. We did this. And in our case, the answer was 1.5 years. So we did this for Forge Industry like a month ago. Not charts, price history. And then max. So yeah, we launched at $17 and now we dropped down to a $10 per month price. It also matters on like how long has the game been fully out. Generally, yeah, you don't want to discount. You want to just discount more and discount deeper. I think in the case of Forge Industry, it was also a matter of the game was just plainly not worth $17 anymore. So I think most of the time, just discount a bit deeper. I think permanently lowering the price doesn't make as much sense most of the time, especially if it's like just a few dollars. Like this was a pretty significant drop at the end of the day from 17 to 10. And then what we did is, okay, we dropped the base price, but then our discounts, here we always discounted at like 50%. Now we're gonna discount back at like 40% or something, like lower it a little bit so that it balances out. But I would generally wait pretty long with it. I don't think it's something you have to do anytime soon. And yeah, at the end of the day, this game is more in the state now of like it gets a few sales a month, but not really anymore. So yeah. You can always lower pricing, but I would not do it too much. Now also don't be like Call of Duty. It was like I think Black Ops 2 is still 60 euros. This is also not what you want, of course. You just never lower your pricing. I think it's a matter of years most of the time, not months, but years. So yeah. I need to pee. So I think I'm gonna leave the stream at this right now. It's not exactly. I had other plans, but Thomas kind of came and crashed them. I'll do another stream, maybe Saturday or something. Because I had some other stuff that I had to talk about with you guys, but it's not super important. So yeah, if you had thoughts, feedback on Artifacts of the Condemned, there is a link here. Post them in here, ideally. Launched 2 months ago, but the refunds are high enough that I think people are not thinking it's worth it. Consistent sales makes sense. Then maybe a permanent dip at the end of the year. Yeah, definitely wait some time. Also, make sure that the game isn't like horribly flawed if consistent refunds are a thing. Like what do you call like consistent refunds as well? I think if it's over like 25%, yeah, you have a problem. If it's like 22%, it's like okay, it happens. But I don't think selling. I think pricing is not the issue for refunds most of the time because they already bought it. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you had fun. I'll see you guys in a few days again, hopefully without Thomas crashing. And maybe I have an update on if we're canceling Artifacts of the Condemned, yes or no. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.